Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, riveting, and amazing Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Lane, the one and only Master Propaganda Heroes like defender of the fatherland, off here to a 1v1 on Crossing in the Woods again. In the north stands the one, the only, the RedxWings or RedxWings. Fighting here for the German army, Deutschland, here with the 26th Panzer Division. Just grabbing a kitty cat.
Utility vehicle has arrived.
North here with triple bikes. RedxWings goes heavy on the bikes. In the south is FK9DD fighting for the British Empire. Double sappers, unawares of what is about to hit him. Here with the British 6th Armoured Division. We're off to the races. As always, big hearty thanks to my heroic and spectacularly charming patron supporters. The continued and generous support of the Propagandacast helps out immensely. And a big thanks out for those who keep commenting and liking in the videos. Helps out immensely with algorithms. And keeps the cat from biting off my fingers. So we are off here to the races. Cat now resting behind my head, because he likes to be there from time to time. The heavy bike opening here. Very early war stuff there, like the Germans had to have like entire formations of troops like on bikes, basically battalions of them, though I think they dropped those fairly rapidly. But little fun fact, all the way Dinger out, he's definitely going to make RedxWings triple bike strategy a bit difficult to fully achieve, but not impossibly so, I imagine. Just, you know, hard counter for his bikes is not exactly going to be great there for RedxWings. Section with the FK9DD and the British Empire. Tally-ho, chaps! Wilberforce! Fired up there, Nigel. Got the lights pod comes. RedxWings is definitely planning something spicy here. First section almost done there for FK9DD. As Panzer Pioneer occupied the Dingo's attention, allowing the bikes to roam free, as bikes like to do. So, aggressively weird play there by RedxWings, which is definitely why most people are here to watch RedxWings. Following up with the assault grenadiers up for RedxWings. Dingo there being swiftly fixed up with the sappers. East side got the Dingo moving about assault grenadiers halfway done. We got here barbed wire being prepared. Alongside some sandbags. Cut-off points being hit. They're not the directly one, but the fuel point there kind of cuts off resources. Dingo versus Panzer Pioneer, bikes hanging back, assault grenadiers almost done. There's a lot of movement here from RedxWings versus opponent. Sappers going for the bike. Renders the point neutral. Nice save there by RedxWings. And we got mines for the kits there for increased repairs, and of course sweeping mines, because with that many bikes about, FK9DD is also going to be sorely tempted to lay down some mines to blow them up. So getting mines from that already now, I think, is a very sensible move there by RedxWings. Got the biggest team there for FK9DD versus all the bikes. There's an interesting pick there. Racing eastwards here. Advance guard of the 26th Panzer Division here, striking into the right flank here. Sections being flanked, bikes unleashing heavy amounts of lead. Here we got the Dingo rushing, and Vickers almost done. Panzer on the way there for RedxWings. Almost done with them as well. No Dingo battle group picked yet. Soldiers there rushing the building. There you go, forcing the sappers out into the open. RedxWings is yet to lose any of his 3 bikes, which is quite impressive. Also interesting and also kind of impressive is we're almost far into the game as no one has yet taken to grab a single victory point. They're just so focused on everything else. That is quite intriguing. Got FK9DD with the platoon command post though. Lone sapper section on the west is about to get
the enemy have claimed our sector.
Skewered by heavy machine gun fire on the bikes there if RedxWings commits. East side here continue to hold up the British forces there with the assault grenadiers. Panzer at the ready. Panzer Pioneer in trouble, bikes just withdrawing here. Heavy needle repairs. The Panzer Pioneers on heavy needle being given an order to retreat. Just poor Otter there. Come on, give me some order! Everybody else is dead. There we go, Vickers laying loose, ripping through RedxWings' unfortunate Panzerjägers. There you go, Sappers fine withdrawing. Lying here, RedxWings to grab points while repairing. Got fire support elements like your Flak feeling half to get for RedxWings. Of course, may see some more assault grenadiers before that. But then again, this is RedxWings, so never really sure as to what he's planning. Could also maybe he's planning to, like, you know, go for Italian Infantry, get some Guastatori going and some light tanks. Maybe battlefield espionage. I mean, it's RedxWings. The reddest of wings. Another section here for FK9DD. Unawares of what is about to hit him, though admittedly so is RedxWings. Panzer is never out it. No battle group yet here picked for either player still. Critical need for it, but it is worth pointing out.
You found warriors? Let's see what you're made.
So, got the thing about the FK9DD, of course, he'd go for a Humber, but at the same time as the DAK, Humbers tend to be less great. So it's not impossible he might plan to just go for the Stuart Light Tank instead of just skip all of that and go straight for the company command post and some tanks, slightly bigger weight class. Triple bikes, they're racing away there. Bit of a circus there, if anything. Yeah, conviction, they got this soldiers rushing, but they're getting caught out in the opening by the Vickers. Could try drop a smoke grenade. There we go. Managing quite nicely. Thumbs up to RedxWings. Bit of a save there. There we go. Section, they're getting immediately hosed by the triple bike formation under RedxWings.
Maschinengewehr has opened up.
Mines there, not a bad move there, of course, for RedxWings. Mines typically tend to be good, and of course, bottleneck areas, very good spots to lay down mines almost universally. We do get a Humber out there of FK9DD. I was not watching who's going to go for it. And we're getting veteran squad leaders here on the way for RedxWings, which is interesting, because doesn't actually have like that much infantry. I mean, that doesn't mean it becomes a bad upgrade, but you'd figure to have a bit more. Maybe he's planning to go hard Panzer Grenadiers, could be the Guastatori, maybe more assault grenadiers. Who knows?
Veteran squad leaders have been dispersed among the men. Expect results at once.
Certainly feels a bit like an Enigma. RedxWings, but also with the triple bikes, is actually maintaining pretty good control of the fuel points. And FK9DD is struggling a bit to respond to that. We also got the Humber cancelled. Instead, planning something else here. We've got a second Vickers here out of FK9DD. Dingo down, and repeat, Dingo is ding-gone. West side assaulters are fighting off alone in battle here against several British infantry units. Outgunned, outnumbered, they will have to withdraw here.
Survival improvements and smoke canisters.
So patch, and there we go, do in fact get the Italian Guastatori.
A victory point is being taken from us.
Elite shock troops there in the Italian army. And the main advantage they had was they typically got more than just 3 months of training, which was typically the norm actually in the Italian army.
Victory point. Enemy forces have captured a victory point.
Right, generally was considered a substandard unless you're in one of the elite units. So, Guastatori on the move there, adding the Lancia Fiamma Modello 40. Certainly helped roast through FK9DD's forces. Could also, of course, see L640s there, but whether or not RedxWings is willing to commit that far, we'll have to see.
Proximity alarm near our victory point.
Flying pressure section there being slowly squeezed out here. In fact, it's going to get squeezed really hard once the Guastatori strike. With the flamethrowers, there we go. And being marked as well there. It's definitely a very bad combination for the section. Meanwhile, cutoff point here being aggressively held here by FK9DD.
Maschinengewehr has opened up.
Vickers doing what he can. He could try and flank with the bikes maybe. Of course, the flank being covered there could be a big problem.
Commandant, the enemy holds all.
Meanwhile, west side assault continues. Vickers here at risk of getting flanked. Panzer is there. Guastatori are getting caught right in front of it. There's a deal here for RedxWings. Expensive elite infantry assault unit there.
Our fuel point is being neutralized.
We got the assault grenades getting off a smoke grenade as well here. Capturing the cutoff point. A lot of action, a lot of pressure. Noting RedxWings has still yet to lose a single bike, which again, I think most players at this stage, if they for some reason went triple bike, would have probably lost one by now. It has definitely helped that FK9DD just hasn't laid down any mines, I think.
L640 light tanks shall rush the enemy from the field.
Going for the bishop. Nope, cancels it. That's certainly an argument that this opponent was clearly going for that many bikes and might have other highly mobile tactics in mind. Going for self-propelled artillery may not quite bite the side of their long term. There you go, grenade time for FK9DD. We got 4 and 10 minutes, 1 and 5. Double carry from FK9DD defense to beat out RedxWings relatively quickly. With 400 points to go, it will still take a while for him to like really be threatened. Of course, that does not mean that, you know, RedxWings should just take it easy. There you go, swinging with the bikes here.
I hope they didn't hit something important.
Unhinging their FK9DD's right flank. Do get a response of FK9DD. Still no battle. We got the Italian tanks also selected. Will RedxWings actually commit to them though? It's going to be interesting. He could of course also go for more Guastatori. He could also take up, so I mean at this point RedxWings already has like several possible paths before him. Which one of course he picks is the question. Team 52 to 4 and 5, so another 6 Panagon almost done there for FK9DD. Of course, RedxWings has yet to see it, so in theory there's not much really like, you know, holding you out from going for the Italian tanks. Oh, there he goes, taking up. So obviously, if you're going to take out like that, not much purpose in going for the L640s, if anything, that is quite counterproductive. Got the Guastatori here, ripping through the sections. East side Panzer pioneers, they range or risk getting wiped out, biting the doom when it can to assist, coming to the draw. And a mine goes off, taking out the sample section. Small, yet nonetheless, good win there for RedxWings. Now, the fun fact about Guastatori is the Italian paratroop divisions actually had their own Guastatori. So, little fun fact there. Because moving up, Panzer Army Commando on the stone.
Company has sustained damage.
Team weapon training FK9DD obviously means more buffed up machine guns and anti-tank guns. Does make sense, especially with this map, which again does favour support weapon heavy builds. Again, a lot of bottlenecks. Combined with the overall small map and a lot of dead space, means it really incentivizes that kind of stuff there. 49 here versus 386. RedxWings continues to bend his way through his opponent's lines here. Got actually called in here as well. As RedxWings actually managed to go for howitzer there, which I missed. That will definitely provide him and the 26th Panzer Division with a bit of firepower. The Germans would make use of a variety of Italian guns, including a variety of anti-aircraft guns as well there, once they captured it from the Italian army, once it was disarmed there after the initial surrender in 1943. So,
we have been cut off! Re-establish a connection!
And the Germans in Italy made quite an overall great use of Italian equipment to make up for, you know, the fact they couldn't get it easily from Germany. Part because the Italian front was very much considered secondary, so they really had to make do with what they could scrounge off the Italians. Got the second pursuit of the Guastatori.
Proximity alarm near our munitions point.
Back there, Chingrechi turned by again. We have like almost 50 minutes of the game here. And only now is RedxWings like actually going to lose a bike here. That's fairly impressive, like unit control there by RedxWings and unit preservation. Like just 3 bikes like that and only losing 1 here. That fine turn match. Thumbs up there. Got the Guastatori on the move here, letting use the flamethrowers and the M38 Berettas. We got FK9DD there, marching towards the company command post. Might be planning some heavy armor here, might not. Nothing is impossible here though. poking about there.
A victory point is being taken from us.
Trying to respond to another hit on the cut-off point there.
Our territory is in
Maintaining
enemy
good
hands.
pressure against RedxWings, maintaining a good 2-point lead. The vessel needs to jump off my shoulder. Basically setting up for the front. And there you go. RedxWings gets out the first Panzer, riding high on his bike supremacy there. Get out the first Panzer. 2 thumbs up to RedxWings. No losing 1 bike in the process as well like that. That's some pretty impressive unit preservation there out of RedxWings.
Armory upgrade
But we got Crusader FK9DD as well. Telling you now, I'd say this scores a fantastic hit.
Panzer 3 is awaiting orders.
And we got the Panzer IV there ready for
Outline
RedxWings.
defenses and structures are available for Panzer Pioneers and Guastatori. A capture point is being taken
Got
from
some
us.
abilities there. Booby traps and of course defensive operations. All very good. Sappers on the run there. Of course, for RedxWings laying down some telemines now. Could be a pretty good idea here versus any potential enemy tanks. There you go. Panzer III's got machine gun ready and then hits a mine. That's going to be a bit uncomfortable. They're popping your head out onto the mine.
Towed 105 Kanone is
Are you
awaiting
alright up
orders.
there? What? I can't hear anything. A mine just went off. Got the assault guns on the move there. Sweeping in with MP40s, letting loose at close ranges. The Tommies stand a bit in a position there. Go back room trace. They're firing there on the section. Now this all gets better accuracy somehow that range. Yes, this really helps us aim our submachine guns at point blank range better. Yeah, I don't know how it works, so. Crusader flanking in there. East side here. German forcing with another section here. Panzer IV could of course assist. Guastatori on the run. No telemines, that much is for sure.
Proximity alarm near our victory point.
Aiming for a white here. If we get that, it's going to be very helpful here for RedxWings. And almost had it. So close. Crusader moving in. The bike crew definitely panicking and just storming off there as fast as they possibly can. But there you go. Panzer IV to rescue. Scores a direct hit on the Crusader tank side armor. Crusader returns the favor, slamming into the Panzer there. West side bike undoing FK9DD's control, but he still hasn't gone for battle group. Definitely looking more and more like heavy armor, though. He could be keeping up like an Australian defense as a sort of emergency measure in case like he needs something to rapidly respond with. And it's kind of good at that. Like, oh, suddenly there's a big tank
Enemy
and
forces
falling
have
the
captured
archer.
the
Or
victory point.
a lot of medium light stuff. Falling 2-pounder guns. But hell, veteran 2-pounder guns could still work against, like, you know, tigers. For some reason. So we are closing the 20-minute mark, and my usual rule of thumb is if like you haven't picked something by the 20-minute mark, you might want to reconsider what you're doing instead. Because at that point, I usually find it's just not really much benefits, like
Taken from us.
waiting to pull the trigger anymore. As a rule of thumb, but of course, there will always be exceptions.
Victory point under enemy control.
Got the assault ladies Guastatori in here, sweeping through the British forces. Do get mines now here from FK9DD. Thumbs up. RedxWings finding these forces, they're getting mortars, assault truppen.
We have
Not getting much assaulting done there as they're getting ripped apart by British machine gun fire. There we go, Guastatori run off. Black's busy in the east. And we got the house there joining in the fun. Direct hit on the sappers, almost takes out the entire unit.
Confirming enemy points at 300 and dropping.
Panzer back in a bit with the Vickers. They do narrowly get into heavy cover. Close call there for RedxWings Panzer. Though not so much for Dieter, who went down anyways. So Vickers just apparently just ripping through them even they on heavy cover.
We have lost control of a victory point.
RedxWings one on that howitzer. Thumbs up there to RedxWings. 192 versus 294. More Crusaders FK9DD. RedxWings though could go for another Panther 3, but of course might have other designs. See, maybe he's planning, you know, taking up for Panther 4 Stooks. Tigers, who knows? Crusader tank halfway down here. And there go Panther 3 sneaks up, they're trying to get a race shot in, but doesn't quite succeed. Half explode, then disengaging. Meanwhile, Howitzer is busy there with FK9DD 6-pounder guns. There we go, another Panther 3 for RedxWings, another Panzerkampfwagen 3 aus as FK9DD managed to bring another Crusader tank online.
Proximity alarm near our victory point.
Another push on the cutoff point here, though, is met with a machine gun there, well positioned. Probably should anticipate that if anything. West Side Crusader trying to contest. The assault drones just can't, and they do successfully grab the point, but at a bit of a cost here to RedxWings and the German army. There you go, Panzer Infantry, they could take out the Crusader tank here. FK9DD clearly not anticipating that combination. There we go, 6-pounder guns for the rescue, maybe. One more shot, he might have had it. But no. Can't risk it here with the 6-pounder gun right like that. I do think RedxWings makes the right choice withdrawing here rather than risking it. There's always some of those tough decisions you might have to, like, you know, make, like, you know, is it worth to keep pushing when there's a risk, actual risk losing a tank.
Engine improvements and
Section 1, Bren gun dropped. RedxWings bike continue to just deliver the goods. Goods in this case being violence. FK9DD, the 11 command points. Still no battle group pick. Nothing decided upon.
Heavy orbital barrages are available to devastate the enemy.
Got the big barrages there for RedxWings. Where FK9DD continues to just operate without a battle group whatsoever.
305mm batteries have fire coordinates.
Another Crusader, and there you go, we get the howitzer barrage there on the 6-pounder gun, direct hit from the 300 or so millimeters large shell there. Doesn't look like it actually finished off the entire. Never mind, it does finish off. Meanwhile, Crusader going for the Panther 3, heavily damaged here. RedxWings high risk of losing his Panther 3. They do get the RedxWings vulnerability activated, but may not be sufficient. It just, yes, matches your numbers. That FK9DD delivers. His other Panther 3 just wasn't within the vicinity here, and no other anti-tank guns either. Meaning the Crusaders, with a bit of good luck, as you can see, they could just easily swarm it and destroy it. He's stinging blow, that's RedxWings. Panzer is pulling in. Assault is about to get wiped. You see the Panther 3 alongside the Panzer is trying to assist here. And down. We might even see the howitzer in trouble here. Things are falling out slowly for RedxWings rapidly and decidedly potentially. Some heavy losses there to RedxWings, some good hits there out of Mr.
We have lost control over
FK9DD. Absolute brutality. And we got another Panzer 3 there for RedxWings. Isak coming in there. Trying to take out one of those bikes, which with all the upgrades is surprisingly spongy. Oi, Nigel, are you seeing this? What? I'm like shooting at a bike with this gun and the bike just isn't exploding. How's that possible? I don't know. Another Panther 3, they're halfway done for RedxWings.
Such a shithole.
105 team receiving you.
Get ready to fire again.
Proximity alarm near our victory
FK9DD
point.
still without a battle group. Another Panther 3 model out.
Victory point lost. We have only 250 points remaining.
Flak moving for the centre. Section being blasted by the Panzer 3. Turn 40 versus turn 33 there. Good use of smoke here by RedxWings. Thumbs up. We got the Crusaders bringing in there. That back in trouble. In with the smoke screen. Crusaders can just drive right through it. And there you go. RedxWings using the smoke to hide here. Wow, somehow rear hit that did no damage to the bike. But yeah, finally went down. Now RedxWings, after almost half an hour, is down to just one bike. Again, fairly impressive in the first section. FK9DD just, riding high on initial successes, keeps churning up the Crusaders because it is a distinctly very viable strategy here.
Artillery batteries are on standby.
RedxWings deciding he responds to this with a Flak 36.
Ammunition
Ow,
point
ow,
is being
ow,
taken
ow,
from
ow,
us.
ow, ow. Guess he just went for the hand. Bastard. Flak 36 halfway done. Red Hangers and the 6-pounder gun and Crusaders definitely not going to take much. Oh! Fortunate for RedxWings, the FK9DD's timing to set it up there in a fortified position was a bit awkward. That definitely helped out RedxWings' Panzers there a fair bit.
Flak 36 arriving on the field.
There you go, Flak 36 out here for RedxWings and the German army.
Replacements! You with me now!
Could do with a bit more infantry. It loses assault grenadiers and hasn't replaced them. But so far, no real inclination there towards that from Mr. RedxWings. Done a 29 to 19. Catching the machine on the left flank, pushing it back. Back to Pioneers with a Bren gun.
The enemy has taken a victory point.
It's definitely pretty decent here for RedxWings. Then from there go though. Crusaders swarming in, they're clearly quite happy with the current numbers. Yeah, see, and engaging Flak 36 heading up here, charging fast here. There you go. Crusader tank knocked out, then explosive hit from the Flak 36. Might see another one go down. Didn't aim for that one, rather went for that one. Still did a lot of damage here. But crucially, FK9DD definitely has learned he now has to really significantly be a bit more careful around RedxWings. It's that Flak 36. As long as the Flak 88 colloquially, of course it's 88 on the gun.
Ready.
Our forces are down to 200 points.
Better than nothing.
Base bombarded there by the howitzer. Of course, I haven't seen where RedxWings decided to take his Flak 36. Also, fun facts, they had a kind of larger version of this gun at 105mm, I think something like 12 centimeters. It's much larger looking versions without the gun shield, primarily used for inside of Germany, though some would actually get mounted on, for example, trains, hold around like that. They're all fun facts, eh? From the Panthers, we got points. West side here, though, FK9DD, the British Empire, is making steady advances again.
Enemy forces have claimed our sector.
What's the Tory letting
We have
loose?
lost control of a victory point.
Upgrades are here. Pack and crew here.
Flak 36 hanging back. And there you go. Oh! Correct hit. Looks to have been a wipe there, actually. Maybe.
Acknowledged. Enemy is down to 200 points.
He's got the medical station. Still no battle group there for FK9DD. At this point, it just feels like he's literally, doing it maybe just to prove a point. Or something it feels like. Just, it's kind of bored with the British battle groups, who knows. Right, then trouble with the Vickers.
In our favor.
Crusaders moving forward here, striking at RedxWings exposed right flank. One Panther feed down. Still got the Flak 36 to get a run that may not matter here. Crusaders swing in hard here, guns blazing. Spoke to Bob, but this could prove to the aid here of FK9DD's Crusaders. One Crusader down to the Panzer Jaegers. Got the Panda fleet. Almost got the ambulance here. Flak 36 could be next. Sappers closing in, exploiting the chaos caused by the Crusaders to move and grab the Flak 36. Absolute brutality. Panzer Bind's in trouble. Crusader tech knocked out here though by the Flak 36, achieving virtually to the Sappers added. Somehow they're only doing very little damage. Definitely a bit weird looking, but there you go. Clears it out. Oh. He's not going to grab it. Instead, he's going to booby trap it somehow. Probably with mines. Yup. Bit of a sneaky one there. Feels a bit like an old CoH3 trick. You'd actually have people laying down mines on anti-tank guns when they picked it up in the moment of destiny, clearing up the crew in some cases, even destroying the anti-tank guns. This like to make things extra miserable. If they were used anti-tank mines for that, in fact, it would pretty much guarantee that. Because back then, I think, yeah, if I recall correctly, anti-tank guns could actually set off like anti-tank mines.
Those rounds are getting through.
Yeah, bit of Bill 1 nostalgia there.
A victory point is being taken from us!
190 was 157.
Orders completed. Ready for more.
RedxWings has the lead of FK9DD, but it may not last much
Victory
longer.
point lost!
Fresh Panzer fleet at the ready. Ace machine, the trouble with the howitzer, almost got it wiped here. Crusaders engaging, he's there falling to the British Empire as well there. 190 was 155 here. Pop continues to tick here. And of course, worth noting, RedxWings does have another massive artillery barrage in reserve. It's got another Panda 3 inbound. Oh dear, might hit a mine and somehow survive because of all his bonuses. Close call there for RedxWings. It certainly shows all that experience and all the upgrades can do there, making it a fair bit spongy. Actually, such the upgrades. I don't think the veterans does anything further. Right, reading it just a moment two ago. East side there, British forces also expanding. They control the map here. Still no battle group.
Without ever stepping outside.
23 points. Over half an hour into the match, and FK9DD still hasn't picked a battle group.
Engines running.
There we go, Panzer sneaking about. FK9DD though does appear to be losing perhaps a bit of steam here versus RedxWings. Not entirely sure how to conduct this anymore. Sound hold back a bit more. As RedxWings just does not slow down. No brakes on the RedxWings bus. Section sent packing to 170 versus 143. The clock continues to tick here against FK9DD. Got that eastern victim on Sabbath poking about.
Enemy forces have captured a victory point.
On 130. There you go, Panda Fees firing off a full volley there. East side here, Sabbath moving up, getting caught with the Panzer Peony and the bike. RedxWings putting up a stark defense there.
Victory point under enemy control.
FK9DD, the thing is so slightly down the tactics, like, finally doesn't really matter for him, and I'm still thinking it's not much changing stuff. I mean, having a single Matilda 2 could, like, you know, I think help a bit here versus RedxWings, you know, maybe go for France. But so far, he's just relying on the Gold Crusaders. RedxWings finally going for armed reserves. Deciding that enough is enough. Bigger measures are required for the fatherland. And first aid clear of the scene, please, obviously.
Enemy MG!
Coming off there.
We're taking casualties!
Mine's late. Right where you are.
Territory is now in enemy
Back at
hands.
again, there was a section. More sappers down there for FK9DD and the British Empire. Tally-ho, chaps.
Heavy armor research complete.
Got the heavy armor research done. Good enough for Stutzkin for the Panzer 4, of course. The cut run help for the target tank here versus FK9DD, who's going for another Crusader. Big surprise, I know. I mean, not because the Crusader's like bad. It's quite efficient.
The enemy has taken a victory point.
But it might struggle a bit on this map depending on how the opponent plays. At which stage you definitely want something
Laying mines here.
either
Prep
best
that.
yes, just more survivability than the Crusader tank.
Minefield completed.
Quick release the victory point here. 160 versus 109. Smoke fiercely thrown down here. Oh, advance the defeat. You got Crusaders ready to fling themselves here at RedxWings Panzers. Can't take control of Crusaders moving in there. Rocking off the gunfire. Going in hard, Panzer here near the bit of top position. Of course, hitting a mine here though. Easy prey there for RedxWings and the gunner to the bench as well here just to further complicate matters here for him. Can he finish off the Crusader tank here? I think he's scared of his own artillery barrage. He just isn't willing to commit, plus of course other armored units waiting around. He's definitely
Italian engineers are eager for orders,
getting some risk at
Commandant.
the moment. We actually got a second Quattro squad here at RedxWings. Hard here, but best way ever. So 2 thumbs up to RedxWings. Got 143 versus 109. The clock is taking against here. FK9DD. Panzer fees rolling out. 137 versus 109. Vic is there about to get wiped out. RedxWings have begun onto duty and he does get the machine gun now. He just needs to grab it. Meanwhile, FK9DD desperately trying to contain the German Panzer advance here with limited success. 135 109. Our thing is hanging in the balance. Leaving. Again, so let's pick it up again. Oh. Got this Crusader swing up again. Here, east side, British forces making a limited attack, which, considering the weak state of RedxWings' right flank, is easily overcome. Troy left to fend for themselves, quickly withdraw. They might be elite, but they're not that elite. Got 135 versus 98. Clock continues to tick here steadily. Stop. Got the Panzer going into the Crusader tank, almost guarded here. RedxWings does look like he's aiming for the Tiger tank here at this
The enemy
stage.
have claimed our sector.
Crusader down. Entertaining here could be caught by the infantry cleared out. That would be a massive victory, I think, there for RedxWings. Could very well see the deal against his opponent. For now, though, at least for FK, he's fortunate he's not. That said, he's kind of testing it as well. They're keeping this tank and crew right then and there.
Repairs completed. Receiving a flamethrower.
More flamethrowers there for RedxWings and his Glossatori. Make some sniping in there. And a nice artillery barrage.
Artillery batteries are on standby. They request orders.
Crusaders lining up. Got the Panzer rolling in, right into the midst here. But most, if not all, of FK9's guns are pointing. Not the best position to place your Panzer into, put it generously. There you go, Guasatory. Punishing this incoming gun. Panzer moving in here. And then withdrawing again. You have to consider popping some smoke here to cover the withdrawal. East side here. Guasatory undercutting there. FK9's right flank here. 135's 84. And we got a section spot, but that FK9 surrenders. Outdone by RedxWings. He concedes the match. So there you go. GG, game over. Victory there for RedxWings. A loss for FK9DD. Hope you enjoyed the match. You've learned something from it. If this is a pro, cheers and see you all tomorrow for another exciting episode. Bye, everyone.